There we go.
What is up, guys? We are back for part 3 for the third hour of me and Michael trying to get through our top 10 RPGs. In 2 hours, we've each covered 5. I do not know how many we will get through today. It depends on how many tangents. It seems like people were pleased with our WoW tangent, though. WoW is pretty universal.
I didn't even realize there were people that were interested in that conversation that messaged me.
Yeah, I know. Like it was a conversation, and like Evie was talking about how she still dreams about WoW.
Yep.
Because man, WoW is what a thing. So we're gonna get into this and delve into some more. Like maybe you'll see some of your favorites here. Apparently, we have been threatened with making sure we include certain games. Michael and I realized before hitting record on this particular one that we probably. Why do you keep? Oh, my chair is like pressing the shift key on my keyboard.
Sticky keys. I thought it was a microwave.
No, freaking sticky keys is like. Are you sure you want to turn on sticky keys? I'm like, no. How is this happening with my chair? So we probably made the RPG definition too wide because really every game has leveling up now. And I think if I hadn't wanted to include Bloodborne so badly, I probably would have narrowed it.
We could probably make an entire hour-long episode of us arguing about what an RPG is.
That is 100. We actually could like put a pin in it. We'll have a big discussion on what makes an RPG.
That would be the nerdiest, biggest waste of time.
Look, we have nerdier discussions on BookTube.
That's true.
You know, where people are like, "What is?
Who freaking reads books?"
I mean, I don't know, nerds, freaking nerds. We're talking about our bread and butter right now, Michael. We're gonna make ourselves impoverished. No one's gonna watch our BookTube anymore. What are you reading currently, by the way?
Jade War.
No, you're not. I
am.
You're not really reading it.
I mean, I picked it up and I read 25% of it today.
Oh, nice. Is it good?
It's good. I wouldn't say it's great so far. It's just kind of slow and meandering, honestly.
Jade City was like that.
But I didn't feel it in Jade City, and I feel it now.
I got you. I'm gonna read Jade War like probably right before Legacy comes out. Anyway, y'all are here for video games, except it is a bunch of book people who are watching us talk about video games. So, Michael, do you have your next one that you want to discuss? If you guys missed the last two, first one's on my channel, second one's on Michael's channel. If you're not subbed to Michael, sub to Michael. It's ridiculous. And hopefully we'll talk about some of your faves here today as well. What do you got for us, Michael?
So today I'm going to talk about what maybe my first indie game. Maybe
indie game.
Have you ever heard of the game The Banner Saga?
I have. That's about Vikings, isn't it? Aren't there 3 of them?
Yeah.
I have never played it, but I always saw it on my PS4, like them wanting me to buy it.
I know that Vikings are a little bit of a sketchy subject with you.
They are mid-low tier of my historical peoples. But I mean, I know other people like Vikings.
The Banner Saga is just like it. Okay, I've made the joke before that I don't know what Grimdark is. The Banner Saga probably classifies as Grimdark. What was that?
Sorry, Mike. Do you know how when you click on a window and there was something that like wasn't open until you click on it, and then it's like, hey, I'm open. Yeah. Sorry.
So the Banner Saga is probably Grimdark because I'm pretty sure the game starts off. It's like, hey, the sun's giving up and we live on a planet and we're gonna all die now. And it's just kind of that is how you start. And you're leading a clan of people to try to find warmer climate and not die. I don't know. So it's a wonderful, beautiful balance of something you can only get in an indie game because you can't take risks in too many AAA games. It is half Oregon Trail, where you're literally watching your wagons go and making decisions about food. And
do you ford the river or caulk the wagon?
I mean, you do, but I don't know if you have the action part of it. Like, I think you do those things, and it takes dice rolls to see if you survive or whatever. And then the other half of the game is a really cool and interesting tactics battle system, which is mostly limited to like a small grid. Like, you're not talking like Shining Force or Fire Emblem level big scale maps.
I just Googled some pictures of
like a chessboard. And it does a really weird, and by weird, I mean like interesting and unique way of handling armor and health, to where like it's not just a strict damage reduction. It's something that is really cool the way it balances it out. But yeah, it's half tactics RPG and then half Oregon Trail, and it does the thing that like XCOM was big when that game came out, where it's like, hey, your characters. I don't think if they die in battle, they die in the story. But if they die in the story, they're gone in battle, and you could make decisions where people are dying, or maybe you brought somebody into your party that wasn't a good guy, so he killed somebody else in your party, or like it's probably grimdark, but it's awesome.
Did you play all three?
I have not played all three. I've only played the first one, and I own the other two, but I have not played them yet.
Michael, what are you doing?
I'm the king of having games of shame.
I have.
Do you want to know my number one game of shame?
What is it?
It's Chrono Trigger.
Oh my gosh, Michael.
Chrono Trigger is the game that potentially I have loved the most that I have not beaten.
Michael. They're going to excoriate you.
I know. I deserve that because I love Chrono Trigger so much and I've never beat it.
Oh my god. Robo's theme.
I love all the music from Chrono Trigger. Like
music
all of it.
Chrono Trigger is excellent.
It's so good.
Michael, right here. This is the pile of PS4 games I have just waiting to be played, but I can't stop playing Assassin's Creed, so I never make any progress through them.
You're the one who's making mistakes if you're playing Assassin's Creed instead of something good.
Michael, I just 100% synchronized all main story missions in Rogue. I'm doing the legendary ship battles.
Dude, I had somebody that was in my Discord, and they were happy that I spoke the truth when I said that Assassin's Creed is bad.
Blasphemy. Look at this, Michael. These are the games that I'm just sitting there. I have Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and Bloody 4 just waiting to be played.
This guy had 2? Is that what that is?
No, that's Danganronpa 3. Danganronpa. Oh. That is a dark game. But yeah,
the first one.
I can't. Michael, what is your deal with only playing the first games of trilogies?
I do it with books too. I only read the first ones, then I never finish.
Michael. How do you live like that?
Well, my brain is fractured.
My chair is sinking. Like my ship when I fought the legendary battles in Assassin's Creed Rogue earlier today.
Oh, no, dude. Anyway,
I don't understand.
The Banner Saga is very good, and I think everyone should play, and I should play the second one probably.
And the third one.
I also think that they might be a fantasy game that does the thing we talked about last week, where I'm pretty sure some of your choices carry forward. It's not as like heavy as Mass Effect, but I know for a fact there's some significant choices you can make at the end of the game that can change your save moving forward.
I like the art style.
It's real good, I think.
It looks cool.
When I played it originally, it was only on PC. I think that if all three of them were available on a portable back then, I would have played them all. I play a lot of portables.
Do you have a Switch?
Mm-hmm.
They have all three of them. They have the trilogy for the Switch.
Yeah, well, if I was going to pick up a Switch, I'd play a different one of my games of shame.
That's
Deadly Premonition has been on my list for years.
Deadly Premonition. I didn't play it, but it looks awesome.
It looks like the most Twin Peaks game, and so like the fact that I haven't played it hurts me.
Man, when you played Oregon Trail, did you ever caulk the wagon?
Oh yeah.
Caulking the wagon is the fastest way to drown half of your party.
Dude, not if you're good. Not if you just don't hit crap in the river.
What? No, not the big one. Not the big river at the end. Like just random rivers where you have the choice.
Basically, I got it to a point where like there was a formula I could follow and just not die, and I would just beat it over and over again.
What?
Yeah.
Did you look up cheat codes when playing Carmen Sandiego? Did you Google the answers?
Okay, hold on. Okay, you want to talk about a tangent? I'll go off on a tangent with Carmen Sandiego. Do you know that game? Okay, I played, dude. We'll do an episode in the future someday, maybe about edutainment. It's like one of my biggest rants I could go on.
You don't like edutainment?
No, I love edutainment, and I'm so freaking sad that it died.
I know.
Bad
corporations. Did you ever play Number Munchers or Fraction Munchers?
I don't think so.
Excellent.
Anyway, did you know when they sold Carmen Sandiego to schools, they came with an encyclopedia so you could look up the answers?
Did they really?
I thought I was a stupid kid, dude. For years, I would play Carmen Sandiego, and they'd say some random crap about geography. I'd be like, I don't freaking know this. Am I dumb? I was homeschooled, so I'm like, did I miss this? Am I stupid?
I was in a computer class, and we could play Oregon Trail, Carmen Sandiego, and I had to write down the capital of freaking like Monaco or whatever. I don't know the capital of Monaco, but dude, after going to the wrong place 8 times and having Carmen get away. Like, I had to remember it.
Evidently, they sold those games with freaking books where you could just look up the answers, and that was it. It wasn't supposed to teach you to memorize crap. It was supposed to teach you how to look up information, which honestly might be a more useful skill. But I thought I was stupid my whole life playing Carmen Sandiego.
So who was smuggling out those encyclopedias? Where were they going?
Monster of a human.
Is there like
mean person?
Is there a black market for encyclopedias? Like you selling them in the hall, like outside, back in the alley of the schoolway? Hey, kid, you want A through BI?
I would have spent all my paper route money on a Carmen Sandiego encyclopedia back in the day.
Oh my gosh! Like I did not have an encyclopedia either. I had to remember that shit. Did you? I played Where in the World and Where in the USA.
I played multiple versions of both of those because like they did a re-release later on of World, at least, and maybe USA. I also played Junior Detective, and there was a Word one that came in cereal box games. Remember those?
I don't.
You don't remember games coming in cereal boxes?
No. What?
Dude.
What?
Dude, cereal boxes used to have games in them, like
Computer
CD-ROMs.
games?
Yeah, man.
No, they did not.
That's a whole other world, dude. There was a Carmen Sandiego Word Detective, which came in cereal box. There was also like Chex Quest was like the biggest one that all my friends talked about because it was a literal Doom 2 skin that was it was made for kids, dude. It was a first-person shooter made for kids. They reskinned Doom 2, so instead of shooting demons with chainsaws, you were a guy made of Chex, and you would shoot Flemoids, but you couldn't kill them because it was a kid's game. So it was a gun that teleported them back to their home world when they... Disappeared. Died.
Oh, like my mind is blown.
Do you want to hear about my favorite reskin of Doom ever?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Super Noah's 3D Arc?
I have not.
It's a Doom. Oh, sorry, it's Wolfenstein. My bad. It's a Wolfenstein skin where you play as Noah, and the animals in the Ark have woken up and gotten restless. So you're freaking got camels and elephants and giraffes running around, and you have a slingshot, and you're shooting food at them. And when they go to sleep, you've defeated them.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, games are weird.
Wow. Any Noah's Ark 3D fans in the audience?
I'm sorry I've completely derailed us. It might be time for you to talk about again.
All right, that's fine. Oh man, that is, oh my gosh, Michael, like I don't even know. We need to talk about edutainment one day.
Yep.
Anyway, I am going to say probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Baldur's Gate 2, Black Isle, some of the original BioWare guys. Baldur's Gate 1 was excellent, but Baldur's Gate 2 was so freaking good. First of all, for someone who played D&D his whole life, like read Forgotten Realms books, like locations that I knew, monsters that I knew, a rule system that I knew, second edition, that's right, second edition where they used Thaco, a low armor class was good, not a high one. That game had such an amazing story. Like it was, you know, it's the what are they called? CRPGs? Yeah, it's a CRPG. You know, isometric, kind of, it's like Divinity, but so you could kind of wander anywhere. You could go anywhere, but the storyline was so good. It was so good, and the voice acting was incredible. And it was hard. Like, it was a tough freaking game. At one point, you're in the Underdark, and you just remember, Ava, you got to stop. Mind flayers, which are these, the illithids are the Lovecraftian tentacle faces. They're octopus heads. They just shoot their paralysis beam at you, and then they get near you and they instant kill you because they eat your brain, and instant death. If you're instant dead like that, if they eat your brain, you cannot res your character. You cannot res them. You must save scum. You have to. Like, it's so hard. And the villain, John Irenicus, played by David Warner, because this villain is so iconic. Anyone who has played Baldur's Gate 2 will agree that freaking Irenicus is one of the great video game villains. John Irenicus, he's just this mad scientist mage that's kidnapped you and your friend from the first one and is performing experiments on you. And his voice, just so condescending and superior and British, just like, what are these experiments have escaped my lair? Like, almost like Snape, but not quite as nasally as Snape. It's so good. Like,
you dare to attack me here. Do you even know whom you face? You will suffer. You will all suffer. So, godchild, you have escaped. You are more resourceful than I had thought.
You're not going to torture us any longer.
Torture? Silly girl, you just don't understand what I'm doing, do you?
I don't care what you're doing. Let us go.
I won't let you leave, not when I'm so close to unlocking your power.
We don't want anything from you.
Enough! I will no longer listen to the babbling of ignorant children.
This is an unsanctioned use of magical energy. All involved will be held. This disturbance is over.
Must I be interrupted at every turn? Enough of this.
When we're done, just Google John Irenicus and just listen to the man talk. I could listen to him talk forever. He's so good. So good. The bad guy has an incredible backstory. He's sympathetic while being just awful. Like, it is just so good. And the characters you meet, because in Baldur's Gate, you meet a bunch of different characters and you take who you want depending on their class and their alignment, just like, in Dragon Age, where Morgan hates everything you do. Like, everyone always wanted to take Viconia, the really hot Drow priestess, but she's evil. So, like, everyone, because her portrait was like really pretty, everyone I knew took Viconia. But the problem is, when you're
evil people in your party too.
Yes, absolutely. Like, she's a Drow, and okay, for everyone who wants to come at me, I say Drow. You can say Drow. That's fine. But I don't go out and mow my lawn. All right. I also don't row my boat. All right. I'm
a job person, but you do you.
Really? So what do you do when the wind blows really hard? Like, how do you keep your hair in place when the wind blows?
I don't have any hair. That's where we're hats.
But the thing is, the opposite argument can be made, because you don't go to the pro of a ship, right?
True.
And so.
But you do shoot a bow. What is English sucks, dude.
Anyway, I say drow. People say drow. That's how R.A. Salvatore says drow. So it's probably right. But I said drow before I ever heard that, so I'm gonna say drow. Anyway, the drow chick, she's evil. So anything you do, like, lowers your rep with Viconia, and so it's so hard to, like, balance that. You can have, like, an insane person who, like, wants you to, like, whispers like, "Hey, kill that townsperson. You should murder them. They want you to find their dog. Let's kill their dog." And it's just like, dude, get out of my party. I didn't use that guy. And of course, Baldur's Gate has the famous Minsk, the bald, like, ranger, who has the miniature giant space hamster named Boo, who, like, when you click on him, he goes, "Go for the eyes, Boo, go for the eyes," or "butt kicking for goodness." He just has all the best phrase. You point, I punch. Like, you know how when you, in the old Warcraft games, when you keep clicking on them, what do you want? Why do you keep touching me? Or, you don't touch the other elves like that. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it gets all sensual.
Yeah, you don't touch the other elves like that. Join the army, they say. See the world, they say. I'd rather be sailing. That's literally most of what I remember from Warcraft 2. But so it's like that. You click on their portraits and they do stuff, and the plot carries over from the first game. And so a lot of the characters from the first game are scarred. It's definitely the metal, like edgelord. Like the happy thief Imowen is like all damaged because she's been experimented on in the second game. And Jahira, the druid in the first game, who you're with her husband, Khalid, who literally, when he gets hit, goes, better put a valor, because he wants you to run away. He's dead. Like, he died in the experiment. So she's all emo and like super depressed. Only Minsk is just like, we will kill him. Like,
yeah.
It's just so good. And there's a beholder that's like taken over, he's ruling from underground, and you don't even have to kill him. Like, you can literally side with the Drow and the evil guys in it. I cannot say enough about how much I love that game. It takes everything that's good about Baldur's Gate 1, because Baldur's Gate 1 is good. It is a good, well-designed game, but large chunks of it are boring. Like, the main story isn't all that interesting, but it steps it up. That and the expansion, Shadows of Am, the expansion Throne of Baal, like, it just steps up its game. It is so good. And Irenicus, best bad guy ever. You didn't play, but you've never played a CRPG, right?
I've never completed a CRPG. I played one of the other D&D ones a little bit more, but I don't remember which one it was.
Icewind Dale, Planescape.
It might have been Baldur's Gate. Which one's? It might have been the first one, though. You start off in some farm town or whatever.
Candlekeep.
Probably.
And there's some old dude in like a little library and you have your little thief girl.
I think so, yeah.
That's the first game. Yeah, that's the first game.
Okay, so I've played a little bit of that, but I've never completed a CRPG unless you include like Dragon Age on computer, which you can go isometric at least.
Yeah, it's very close because you can pause, issue commands, which is what I really liked. I liked that more about Dragon Age 1 than the action oriented in Dragon Age 2. Like, I'm not a Dragon Age 2 hater like you, though the comments were divided on that.
I saw that. I was just
both sides of that.
I was just happy that there were other people that seemed to hate it as much as me, so I wasn't fully crazy.
I think the majority opinion is that people did not like 2.
I think that's true, but for some reason I hate it. Like, most people are like, it's like a 5, and I'm like, it's a 2 out of 10.
It is not a 2. It is not a 2.
We don't need to rehash this right now. People don't need to hear this.
You're right. But I would consider Dragon Age Origins just like a more a bigger, like a closer view isometric CRPG. It's just not zoomed out as far.
Pillars of Eternity. I've got the farthest in that one, but I have not beat it.
Same guys. It's guys from Black Isle that made Pillars of Eternity. I played Pillars of Eternity almost to the end, exactly like Divinity 2. Like, something happens when I play games on my computer. I have a really difficult time finishing games on my computer. I'll play them for like a lot, and then I will get near the end and I just won't finish them. That happened with Divinity 2, Original Sin, which is excellent game. And Pillars of Eternity was fun. You can definitely see the Baldur's Gate, but I didn't love the story as much as Baldur's Gate. I played like a
computer right next to your console.
Yeah, there's my console.
For me, I normally have a hard time because they're usually in different places.
Yeah. No, I get that. I played both on my laptop before I got my PC. I think the problem is that I have so many console games to play that I'm just like, I could be playing a console game. Like, what am I doing? And in console games, they have trophies, which provide me value as a human being. They prove that
They show your actual worth. Yeah.
Correct. I can flex my.
You know that you are that good. You are at that day. You are 10.
Correct.
What are the Xbox ones called? GP?
Achievements.
Okay.
Achievements. I got 10 gamer score that day. I am worth 10 gamer score.
Gamer score. Wow.
Dude, I am after the PS2, I swapped to the Xbox 360 because I thought the PS3 had a garbage UI and was really a crap system, and it was when it first came out. It wasn't until the PS3 Slim that the PS3 finally I thought was good. But the 360, man, I had my gamer score. Like, I look it up right now and look at my gamer score. Like, gamer score is important. You compare it. I'll compare it right now, Michael.
Dude, I never go for achievements at all.
I don't know how you prove. I don't know how you prove that you're that good. Like, how do you prove to people that you're better than them?
There was this one video game that was on the video game store. It was called Her Story, which I don't want to talk about the game too much, but that game has a non-definitive ending, and the developer, it was an indie game, said specifically like, you should stop playing the game when you feel satisfied with what you've taken from it. And there was a screenshot that went viral where it was a person commenting saying, how do I know when I'm satisfied? And it was like, what have we become? What is wrong with us?
That's like, have you read, what book are you on in Dark Tower?
3? No, I'm on 4. I haven't read 4.
At the end of the series, like 10 pages before the end, Stephen King says, stop reading. He says, there is no ending that I can give you that will satisfy you. Please stop reading. Because it stops at a place where you could be like, you know what? And like Her Story, you can kind of like, just kind of take what you want from it.
Yeah.
He literally an author's note saying you should not read the end. And I know people who did not heed that, and they were very mad. I'm fine with the end. I think the end is cool. But many people do not like it. It is very divisive. But he warns you. He tells you, don't read the end. Just stop here.
That's awesome.
Are you going to go for it, Michael?
Absolutely.
Are you going to go for it?
Absolutely.
You got to.
Yeah.
You're on 4, Wizard and Glass?
Yeah.
Wizard and Glass is so good, Michael. How have you not? Why are you not reading that instead of Jade War?
I haven't read a Dark Tower book in years. I like to start series and not finish them. I don't know if I've said that.
Michael, you just did a video about the Gunslinger in the last couple months.
I did. I did that because Leslie was reading it for the first time, and everyone hates the Gunslinger, and I was like, the Gunslinger is way better than everyone says. I made that rant video, and I was like, oh, I should probably read Wizard and Glass, and then it's not on TBR or anything.
Michael, you hoodwinked me into thinking that you were currently in the series. I did not know you had left off years ago.
I have a thing going on my channel where everyone has to know that it's full of lies. I lie on my channel frequently.
Why are you a liar?
I don't always intend to, but I frequently find that I have said untruths on my channel.
Y'all heard it here first. Michael Nip is a liar. All right, Michael, it's your turn after I did Baldur's Gate.
Okay, so we made jokes about this before the show, but I'm going to say that one of my favorite RPG experiences growing up was playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance.
Michael, you cannot keep naming Game Boy Advance games.
Game Boy Advance. Okay, people in the comments down below, Game Boy Advance is an amazing console, and it's so much better for people that were my age than like any other handheld, probably.
Every game you talk about, you played on the Game Boy Advance.
The Game Boy, dude, if there was a Game Boy Advance version, that was probably the best version too. It doesn't matter that like the Two Towers Game Boy Advance version was the Diablo ripoff, and then the console version was like, an actual third-person action game. I bet the Game Boy Advance version was better. And it wasn't just because it was portable. Anyway, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga was a game that is so much better than it has any right to be, because it like does the thing where it teases elements that are like JRPGs and it makes fun of them, because like the battle system is active. Like it teases that it's going to be a regular Final Fantasy turn-based system. It's like, no, you actually have to play things and time the jumps, and you have to hit the buttons. It does things where there's like potions and stuff, but they replace everything in the game with having to get coffee beans so that you can mix coffees for yourself to give yourself your boosts. Like the humor is so good in the game. Like there are very few games that I think actually succeed at being funny. There's a lot of games that try to be funny. There's very few games that I think succeed at being funny. That entire series, the Mario and Luigi, I don't know how to call the series, but like the Mario and Luigi RPG series, is funny throughout. Guess what? I haven't played all of them, but I played the first 2. But Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is better than the time travel one that came after it. mostly because it's harder and it's longer. The DS version was not as good because it was for babies, is what I said when I was
So it was easy mode?
Well, it was easy mode. It wasn't on the Game Boy Advance. It was on the DS, which made it worse inherently.
But if it had been on the Game Boy Advance, it would have been the superior
Well,
version.
it also wouldn't have been a baby game if it was on the Game Boy Advance, because people that played Game Boy Advance were real gamers. I'll say it. No, so Mario Luigi Superstar Saga though, it's like something that should be a joke game for kids, but they went all out and they went so hard that it actually has a really good story. It actually follows JRPG conventions. Like the last boss has like 10 different phases, not really 10, but like a bunch of different phases where it keeps getting harder every time you get its health bar down. Like it teases all of these things while still being really good Mario game and having the Mario flair and like the music remixes. Like it somehow balanced all of these things together in a way that crossovers generally just are bad. Instead, it feels really good for both JRPG fans and for people that like Mario. It feels like you're actually exploring this world and you're getting to play with Mario and Luigi. It had to flesh out those characters a little bit, but not all the way. So like they don't talk, and that's part of the charm of it, is like they're talking about like how Mario doesn't say anything and stuff like that. Like, it's really
Does Luigi talk?
I can't remember if Luigi talks or not. The thing is, everyone's constantly dumping on Luigi because you're supposed to just dump on Luigi because he sucks. So that was part of the game too. Like,
Why does Luigi suck?
because he's a coward. He's such a he's so scared all the time.
He said it. When is Mario ever stuck in a ghost mansion?
Mario is in ghost levels in every Mario game, dude.
Oh, I mean, that's true.
And he kicks the ghost. Like, he can straight up beat him. Like, Luigi has to build Luigi has to get a scientist to build a vacuum for him so he can suck up the ghost while, like, peeing his pants the whole time. Mario's like, I'm just going to throw this block at the ghost. Mario is a plumber, dude. And it's like, I'm going to save the world again. Luigi...
I cannot believe you're sitting here dunking on Luigi.
He sucks, dude. Have you ever just watched him in Smash Bros? Like, every move that he does is like the definition of timidity.
I'm dying.
I tried to defend him for a while. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this. How long has it been since you've been in the Nintendo game?
What Nintendo game?
Do you remember the year of Luigi when Nintendo started doing all like Luigi themed everything?
Like Luigi's Mansion?
No, I think they might have released the Luigi's Mansion game, but they like released New Super Mario Brothers U with a Luigi focused expansion, and they tried to push Luigi. Well, it sucked. The entire year of Luigi games sucked. It was bad because Luigi's not good.
Haven't you seen the memes with Luigi's mean mugging in Mario Kart?
Okay, that is very good. His like stare in the slow-mo Mario Kart is probably the most cool thing Luigi has ever done.
Didn't you play Mario 2 where Luigi could freaking like catch some serious air with his little kicky leg jump?
Peach was so much better. She could float.
I mean, yeah.
Like, Peach was so much better.
That's true. But Toad could dig fast.
No one has ever liked Toad.
You know who's the worst? And I frequently bring this up in my ancient history lectures in my class. Somehow, I always get on the fact that Toadette sucks. Toadette is the worst creation in Nintendo history.
And her voice might be more annoying than Toad.
I'm Toadette!
Have you seen the like Sia cover of Chandelier with Toad singing it? Because that's something I'll have to share. It's a crime against humanity.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back till I lose count.
Speaking of Mario characters singing things, I showed my wife for the first time Uptown Funk featuring Waluigi.
Oh no, I've not seen that. That sounds...
Girl sent you Waluigi. Girl sent you Waluigi. Don't believe me, just wah. Don't believe me, just wah.
Oh no.
Michael.
Don't believe me, just wait.
Oh no.
Michael.
I think
It's Uptown Funk with Waluigi, Michael.
I think we should pull the plug on the internet. It's a failed experiment. We've gone too far.
So Uptown Funk with Waluigi is too far.
Yeah, that we've crossed a line.
I'm dying.
Dude, Waluigi, the Waluigi obsession of the internet proves that we can't have nice things.
Why do they like Waluigi so much? Waluigi sucks.
He's a monster. He's the evil version of Luigi who already sucks. Goodness.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm dying.
Waluigi was like, I'm almost positive part of his lore was that he was like created as a character to be like the suckiest character in the Mario universe. And people are like, why don't we get a Waluigi game? Why don't we have a Waluigi game? Look at him. Just freaking look at his face.
Okay, look at him is literally my favorite comeback for when someone's like, why do you dislike that? Look at him. That's the best.
Him.
I know. Just look at him. How could you not?
I rest my case.
Waluigi, I think, was invented for Mario Tennis. I think that was the first game he was in, was Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
And we were just like, who's this dude?
I was very confused. I bought Mario Tennis at a garage sale and I put it in. I'm like, did I miss something?
Is this guy? Is this the evil version of this
Wario needed a duos partner, so they just created the worst character in the Mario universe.
Oh my gosh, freaking Wario. So my friends and I used to play we used to play Mario Party every year. A new Mario Party came out. And we would have one game. What do you mean you're sorry? We played 50 round games, Michael.
I'm sorry, dude.
Michael, what do you mean? I'm sorry?
Those games are an exercise in madness.
Okay. I always insisted playing 50 rounds. By the end, my friends did not like me.
I could see that.
We played
side with your friends, maybe.
So every year we would get together in the summer and we would play the new Mario Party. And like literally, I'm not even joking. One game, and I forget which one it was. I won by one coin. One coin won me the coin star, and so I won the entire game by a single coin. It was ridiculous. We took a picture of it. But
did your friends physically assault you afterwards?
No, that we were all amazed. But I used to play Donkey Kong in the first Mario Party games, but then they, made a DK space, so they took him out of the playing, and so that is when I played Wario, and so Wario was my guy for all of the rest of them because Wario.
I'm not anti-Wario. I mean, he's crude, but he's honest.
I like Wario. I like pre-biker Wario. I don't know when Wario joined a biker gang. Like, I don't really understand that.
I feel like Wario's trajectory is probably like a weird version of the Undertaker's trajectory from WWE. And right now he's in his biker phase. He needs to go back to the OG.
I thought Undertaker retired.
No one ever retires in the WWE. Dude, we got 70-year-old people out there doing super kicks. I'm sorry.
My gosh. Okay, Michael.
I'm sorry.
You need to understand that when I was in high school, that was during the Monday Night Wars with Raw and Nitro. I was a huge WCW fan. And my buddies watched both, but I was a huge WCW fan. My friends and I, because we were big in Latin, we literally created our own wrestling stable called the 12 Caesars. And each one of our personas had a finisher based on something in their history. So Caesar had the Ides of March. Oh! Augustus had the Pax Romana.
Dude.
Tiberius would push like hookers off cliffs. So he had off the top ropes, the cliff top drop. It was an elbow, a big elbow off the top rope.
Why is it every time one of us reveals something about our backstory, we get more and more like we're losers? Like the more we know about ourselves, the less cool we are.
One of my favorites was, the big boot is a literal, that's a literal wrestling move.
Yeah.
Caligula literally means little boot. So that was his finisher. Oh, got him with a little boot.
Oh my word, dude, that's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
So there's no one watching anymore. Like,
Wait, I've made a mistake by mentioning Luigi. But I do believe it's
I've
it's
never
your
seen
turn.
someone with such hatred for Luigi.
I apologize. I've played a lot of Mario hours. A lot of
So
them.
I'm taking it you don't main Luigi in Smash.
No, that is true.
Who do you play in Smash Brothers?
I mean, I'm usually one of the links. There's 3 links in the newest version of Smash. Because you could be Toon Link, Kid Link, or regular Link. And I usually go with regular Link. Yeah. The regular Link in the new one is Breath of the Wild Link, and I don't know. I have to make him wear the green clothes.
Oh, really? What colors are default?
Blue?
What?
Have you played Breath of the Wild?
I don't have a Switch.
It's a weird game. I like it.
I don't have a Switch. I always play I play Bowser Jr. because I really like Bowser Jr.
My kids play Bowser Jr. a lot.
My wife just laughed.
I didn't mean that as an insult or anything. Like, that was just a statement.
Michael, I know what you meant.
Well, they don't play Bowser Jr. They skin swapped, so he's, what is he, Wendy or like
Wendy or
Ludwig.
Ludwig. Yeah, freaking that was the boss of World 7.
Yep.
That was a hard game, Mario 3. I always play Bowser Jr. or Lucinda or Ike if I want to be super cheap.
Well, I mean, half the roster is Fire Emblem characters.
I know. Like, everyone's super excited when it's another sword-wielding Fire Emblem character that comes out.
I'm surprised you don't play the Persona guy. Or have you played the DLC?
Joker, I don't have a Switch, Michael. I haven't played the newest one, but I would play Joker.
Want to come to my house and play Switch?
Yes, I do want to come to your house and play Switch, but you live in Omaha, which is not close.
Close enough.
Did we finish talking about Superstar Story?
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
The Mario RPG games do have a good sense of humor. Mario RPG was funny also for the Super Nintendo. It was really good. And Paper Mario is overrated, but Paper Mario is funny too. But I think people make a bigger deal about like Paper Mario than it should be. This middle 15-minute section right here is probably my favorite thing that we've recorded. Like
the most off the rails we've been.
It's just Luigi, Waluigi, wrestling.
It took a turn.
Oh my gosh. Is it my turn?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. All right. So I did Baldur's Gate. All right. So next one, I'm going to say, and this is an unpopular opinion because most people prefer the PlayStation 1 version of these games. So back on the PlayStation 2, freaking Monolith Soft, which was part of original Squaresoft, they were a spinoff of Squaresoft, decided that they were going to continue the Xeno games, like, because Xenosaga was a huge, like, cult classic on the PS1, even though it committed the unpardonable RPG sin, non-skippable NPC dialogue. So if you accidentally talk to someone, you pressed X near them and talk to them, you could not skip it. Like, you had to wait for the dialogue to go.
Okay.
I can't even believe that. And Xenosaga, it's all the Xenogears is the original game, and it's all very like it's almost like Hideo Kojima, but not quite that off the rails, but it's all very like philosophical, and like there's always religious undertones.
Is it the
and
Malazan of JRPGs?
Yes, it's kind of like the Malazan of games. Yes. And so the guys, when they made it, it was like episode 4 in a longer series. And so in the PlayStation 2, and this is one of my favorite games here, they made the Xenosaga games, or as me and my friends called them, Xeno Movie, because they were going to make them. There were going to be 5 games, and the hope was that they were going to remake Xenogears and then do a Xenogears sequel as episode 5. But because people are uncultured swine, they did not do well enough, and they canned the series after the 3rd one. And they have never remastered them. I don't know why they won't remaster them. But I got, Michael, the level of storytelling in these games is next level. And the reason they're able to tell such a compelling story is because cutscenes. And this is why everyone hated them. Like, I literally just looked it up to confirm my numbers. The first game has 8 hours of cutscenes.
Oh.
The second game has 4.5 hours of cutscenes. The third game has 9 hours of cutscenes.
So it is a Kojima game.
Yes.
Are these related to the modern like Xenoblade games?
Yes, Xenoblade
Okay.
is what they've done with the property. So Xenoblade, which I have not played, and that always made me mad because I heard the first Xenoblade Chronicles is excellent. But I have not played
Wii U?
I mean, I did have a Wii U, but it was for the Wii. The original Xenoblade Chronicles was for the Wii. But I think they re-released it maybe for the Wii U. Wii U was a terrible system, by the way. But
I was making the joke because I thought no one owned a Wii U but me.
no, I had one. Did you play the first Xenoblade Chronicles and not play the second one? Or did you just not finish it?
I've never played them.
Okay, at least that's there. But yeah, I heard the first Xenoblade Chronicles is really, really good. The second one's not as good. But yeah, it's the same kind of, they have some kind of linking thing. I don't know what it is. It's not a continuation of the story, but they have some kind of like, they're in kind of the same universe.
Yeah.
And all of those cutscenes, like the opening of Xenogears 1, like the opening of the original Xenogears is a 30-minute cutscene. Like and no matter what you do, there's always a cutscene turning it like, but the level of storytelling, like the various threads, there is so much mystery. And it is very similar to Malazan. I've never thought about that. Like there's so like the buzzwords, like you were talking about the codex, the codices in Mass Effect, like reading. I spent so much time in Shion's little her UTech thing, her little BlackBerry that has all the like defines all the buzzwords because they don't bother. They do not bother explaining the buzzwords to you at all. They don't care. So you have to look at it and you're just going to kind of catch up. But it's all very philosophical. Like it's rooted in ancient Hebrew and then Zoroastrianism, but also like Jungian philosophy or Jungian psychology. And it's just like, but it's also a space opera.
Yeah.
With freaking robots. And there are so many threads in the first game that do not get resolved to the third game, but the payoff is just like, I remember distinctly a specific revelation in game 2 where me and the girl I was dating at the time, she was watching me play, we were screaming, what? Oh my gosh. Because it completely like changed everything you thought you knew. There were so many of those moments and like so many deaths, like characters you loved would die. And the music was incredible and creepy. I play the Song of the Nephilim. Anytime I talk about Way of Kings and I talk about the Siren Song of Way of Kings in my video, I play this. That's from the Xenosaga games. Like whenever you were like in like this ghostly like head, like reality space psyche.
Yeah.
It was just
rad, man.
It's just, and it dealt with AI. It dealt with AI and cloning. And like, if you're like the 100th clone of an original, like, are you real or something? And like, one of the characters is so you have the researcher who her and her boyfriend were building this android, this battle android Cosmos, and she went insane, and the android went off the rails and killed her boyfriend, which you find out in the third game that he's one of the bad guys, that he didn't actually die, and you're just like, what? And then you have like this guy who used to be a policeman, but his daughter was murdered by a serial killer, and so he tried to kill himself, but they found him and they took his brain and put it in a cyborg body, and so now he keeps trying to upgrade until he's just completely robot, so he doesn't have to have any human feelings anymore. And there's a clone like that you have to protect, like a clone of like a special like android, like girl, like little girl android thing that reminds him of his daughter, so he's like super protective of her. There's this like gunslinging kid who looks like a kid, but he's really the clone of this bad guy and this other guy who's an adult in it, and that's all the Jungian stuff because his name is Rubido, and then you have Negredo and Albedo, which are all parts of the psyche in Jungian. It is just
you continue to exist as an unfettered soul. free from the shackles of flesh and blood. A completely pure consciousness. An eternal spiral, undefiled by impurities. A fusion of fire, breath, and spirit. What can we call you but angels? New, unadulterated psyches. But what you lack is reality, and that is what I shall provide you with!
If I didn't know what you were talking about in the last like 2 minutes, I would have assumed you were talking about Nier Automata or something.
First of all, Nier Automata is an excellent game. Have you played Nier Automata?
Of course not. I've just listened to lots of discussions about it.
I have a question. How do you say the word AUTOMATON?
Automaton?
And that makes sense because I keep hearing people call it Nier Automata. I call it Nier Automata
because that's how you should call it. But I've heard so many people say it the other way that I just assume that when I see the title of a JRPG that it's supposed to be pronounced wrong.
Okay, because I say automaton. I guess it's automaton. Automaton is fine, but because it's autonomous, I say automaton. But it's also automatic, so it could be automata. So who knows? Who knows?
I'm not sure.
But yes, the Nier games, that crazy man who wears the freaking smiley skull head.
Yeah.
Like I played Nier Automata because I played Nier on the Xbox 360, which I really, really liked. And now they've just re-released that one, which I don't have yet. But yes, it's just crazy. But it's like watching a movie. So like we were talking about, RPGs, you spend all that time with these characters. And this saga told over 3 games. All the games are at least 40 hours. But with this amount of cutscenes, are you kidding? Like it's like 26 hours of cutscenes total. That is a Netflix. That's a full Netflix. That's 2 Netflix seasons.
You're talking about like early Polygon 3D graphics though, right?
Well, it's not quite early Polygon 3D graphics because that's Final Fantasy 7. It's definitely better than that. It's like PS2 graphics.
PS2 is rough to go back to though.
The first one graphics are pretty, but the second and third one look pretty good. The first one is, especially the main character. She looks like her head's enormous. Like her head is like 70% of her body.
Do you think it could financially justify a remake? Now that the Xenoblade series is a thing?
I think so, because there's a bunch of weebs out there, but nostalgia's never been bigger. Like these remasters and the nostalgia for these old games have never been bigger. What ticks me off is that if this game was a freaking Microsoft property and not a PlayStation property, it would already be on Xbox Game Pass. Sony is dropping the freaking ball with these old games, this backwards compatibility stuff. I don't understand why, just like they ripped off achievements with trophies from Xbox, I don't know why they don't rip off Xbox Game Pass. And just give me all the old games.
Game Pass is the absolute best value deal in all of video games.
Oh, 100%.
That's ever existed. It's like a no-brainer. If you have a Microsoft system and you play games at all, you should have Game Pass because it is so obviously consumer friendly in a way that I've never seen a product in my life where they drop their brand new games onto Game Pass day one. So it justifies the cost after one game and you pay for it for the whole year. I've never seen such a ridiculously consumer-friendly service.
I do not know why Sony does not do this.
PlayStation Now is trash. I'll say it's bad.
Trash. Not only is it a trash interface and it sucks, but it also doesn't have any good games.
It has some good games, but you've played them and you probably have a better version. But I may eat my hat someday. Streaming video games is not the way to play a lot of video games. It does not work. I don't care how low they say they can get the latency. I work at an internet service provider. It's not low enough. It's not like they'll put fighting games and shooters on PlayStation Now. I tried to play Hot Shots Golf on PlayStation Now, and it was unplayable.
First
And I
of all,
had great internet.
Hot Shots Golf is an excellent game.
Hot Shots Golf is amazing. But, obviously I could play a game like XCOM, sure, because turn-based games are amazing. PlayStation Now is absolute dog crap compared to the Xbox Game Pass.
It makes me so mad because Sony for a while was re-releasing PS2 games on the PS4. Like it had it was just remastering them, and then it stopped. It literally just said, yeah. That's how I replayed Rogue Galaxy and like Wild Arms 3, and then they just stopped doing it, and I don't really understand why. But anyway, Xenosaga, like it was the lore was so in depth. I had to I had all the guides and I had to read like internet forums, with people with more time than I telling me the connections and this connection this is connected to remember this thing in Xenogears. Oh, that comes back to, and I'm just like, thank you, internet.
Like selectable party members and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, you got to pick your party. Yeah, it's good stuff. And there was magic, and the combat it was turn-based, which is wonderful, but it wasn't just turn-based. Like, also there were mechs. The mechs sucked in the first game, but the mechs you didn't really even have to use the mechs in the first game. But in the second and third game, the mechs were huge. They were a huge deal, and the combat was much, much, much better. But yeah, you had to hit. You could count. You could use a boost and jump in, take a turn in between the enemy's turn. But then if they had a boost, they could counter your boost, and they could boost in between your turns. And so there was a lot of strategy to it. It was a lot of fun. It was hard. They were actually pretty challenging, but I liked them a lot, and the music was fantastic. So I don't know if there's any Xeno movie fans out there. If you guys like Xeno movie, please tell me, because I am so sad that they stopped making them, and I want to remaster. Michael, we're almost at an hour, and we've done 2 games again.
If you come to my house, the Xenoblade characters in Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, Shulk.
Yep.
What a name, Shulk. We've each done 2. Okay, so we went through. Yeah, we got through 2 again, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, what's wrong with us?
I'm proud of us for getting through 2. We could have only done 1.
We've got 3 left. We have 3 left each.
We could do it in 1 more. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. Is that what you say?
Thanks, SJM. If you've read ACOTAR, in freaking ACOTAR, Feyre feels everything in her bones.
I
and
might
it's just
have to read ACOTAR.
Oh, for your punishment?
Yeah.
Because hard mode is hard?
Well, hard mode is hard. It was a battle between ACOTAR and Twilight fanfiction, and Twilight fanfiction was winning, but I'm pretty sure it's not anymore.
Nice. Yeah, I vote for ACOTAR. Is that in your Discord?
It's
Michael. Why am I not in your Discord? I think I always forget. I'm joining your Discord.
It's on some. I tweeted a poll on straw poll. What's it called?
What is poll straw? I think it's straw poll.
It's straw poll. That's definitely it.
Poll straw.
It is linked to my Discord and my Twitter. I don't know. I'm bad at the internet.
Well, as you said, the internet doesn't deserve you because of its Waluigi obsession. We don't deserve the internet, or maybe we do deserve the internet. I don't know how to say what I want to say there. We both shouldn't have the internet, but also we kind of deserve what we have. It's ridiculous.
What's the Batman line? The Dark Knight line?
It's the hero it's the hero we deserve.
Yeah. Yes. The internet. Yeah. Waluigi's the hero we deserve.
Michael, you need to go listen to Uptown Funk Luigi version. Michael,
I can't.
Michael, I'm about to send you the link in your Discord. I just joined it. I'm literally about to send you the link. So we can trade. You have to send me the toad thing.
Toad chandelier. Oh my word!
Michael, what's happening? This is so much fun. Thank you again, Michael, for joining me, guys. Hopefully you guys found this interesting, or at least amusing, and hopefully it's a bright spot in your day. It is certainly a bright spot for me and Michael. Just being able to talk about video games and talk about how much Luigi sucks, how terrible freaking Luigi is, and the pointlessness of Waluigi, the pointlessness of his existence, just to be a duo, a double partner for Wario
for tennis,
Mario Tennis.
The most important game in the Mario lore.
That was a fun game, though. I loved Mario Tennis.
Dude, okay. Low-key, the most exciting game for me this year is Mario Golf. I think I'm super hyped for that game. I'm a big golf gamer. I don't even like sports. But I love golf video games. I love them so much.
Mario Golf was fun in the past. Is there a new one coming out?
Yeah, for the Switch this next month, maybe.
Nice. So I guess we won't see you. You'll be Mario
I'm
Golf.
main Waluigi.
You should stream it. You should stream. You should stream Waluigi Mario Golf.
Oh my word, that's a good idea.
Anyway, guys, so let us know down in the comments. Let us know in the comments if you have any ideas for us to talk about or do anything video game related, because Michael and I are totally down to really talk about anything video games, because this is so much fun. One day we will finish talking about our top 10 RPGs. It will happen.
Are you sure?
I mean, no, I'm not certain. I'm not sure. I'm not certain of anything. Who knows where the next video's tangents will lead us. Anyway, so we're at an hour. If you're not subscribed to Michael, subscribe to Michael. What's wrong with y'all? Like, and if you guys have not seen the Uptown Funk Waluigi or the Chandelier Toad, go watch them. I will leave them both in the description of this video, so you can go watch them. All right, see you later, guys.